Hello once again, YouTubers. I'm Robert, and welcome to another edition of the Drake and Josh Review Series, as I give you Season 1, Episode 5, First Crush.
Well, I never thought that it'd be so simple, but I found a way. If you open up your mind, see what's inside. It's gonna take some time to realize. But if you look inside, I'm sure you'll find. Over your shoulder, you know that I told you I will always be picking you up when you're down. So just turn around. Ooh.
So we start off with Josh in school. He's trying to open his locker, right? And oh wait, I forgot. The opening was Drake and Josh, the split screen type of thing they do. That was the opener. With Drake on the phone in his bedroom, like, "Oh come on, you know I think you're awesome." And Josh downstairs in the living room on the phone, it's like, "Oh come on, you know I love you." And I think to myself, okay, something's gonna come up out of all this, and basically, talking about, oh, I'll call you later, right? And then Drake's like, bye, Stephanie. Basically, I'm talking to some girl named Stephanie, and Josh's like, uh, goodbye, grandma. You know, and of course, and it's about pertains to girls, and basically pertains to Drake talk about his thing with girls, and then what pertains to Josh, he talked about a little bit about his Grammy, but then also talk about what pertains to to his problems with girls and all that, right? What pertains to hard to talk to them and all that, and talk about how he talks like an idiot, when it pertains to talking to girls, and I can't remember what Josh. I'm sorry. I can't remember what Drake said. What tends to, oh yeah, yeah. What tends to talking to girls. It's not that bad. And then you got Josh looking like this, like, and then Drake's like, unless you're Josh. So I thought that was funny. It's jam, and walks Kathy, which she's gonna be a part of this episode of Drake and Josh, where she's with her friend, and I can't remember how it started. When oh yeah, so as Josh is trying to open his locker, and Cappy, she bumped into Josh. Is that, oh, I'm sorry, and then Josh's like, oh, it's okay. And all of a sudden he opens up the locker and ends up opening, but in the price of opening that locker, boom, knocks him down. It's like, oh, it's okay, I'm good. And then Cappy walks up to see if he's okay. But Josh turns around and sees her, and he goes, "Oh no, no," basically being all Joshish, and basically she never got to know if he's alright after that that bump he took. So Josh is like, how you doing and all that, and basically a little talk, and then all of a sudden Josh ends up talking about spoon, and then Kathy's like, spoon. Yeah, oh yeah, spoon. You like spoon? And she's like, it's great for cereal and soup. And then that was the end of that conversation. Josh likes spoon. The best thing come up with is spoon, and he buries himself into the locker, embarrassed, trying to hide. Also, Drake sees, he saw Josh and Kathy's talking to each other, and Drake's wondering what happened. Josh is like, she thinks I'm an idiot. Drake's like, me, Kathy? He's like, yes. And then Drake's like, did you say the word spoon again? So basically, he kind of knew. So I guess Josh has this obsession with spoon that comes out of nowhere, where it tends to him being all Joshish. So Drake's like, you'll get another shot with Kathy. Thanks to talking to her. Just try not having any conversation that involves with spoon. Also, in the bell rings, he's going to go to class. He closes Josh's locker. So Josh never got to get what he's gotta get, maybe his books, whatever. So he starts opening again, like, oh come on, you know. And then he opens it, but again, oh, the door locker hits him, and then he's laying down on the ground, and one student, a guy, just walks over him. That gave me Michael Jackson vibes of Smooth Criminal. Um, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, in Smooth Criminal, especially when it pertains to the world tour of Michael Jackson's world tour of Bad, Dangerous, History, where it pertains to basically after the end of his performance, where it pertains to the world tour, his group of gangsters, pertains to wearing the suits and the fedora hat, they get shot. Not really, but but it's you hear sound effect of a machine gun. you know, and as Michael Jackson's ready to go for his next performance, which is gonna be set up. Once they get clean up, everything. From there, especially the bodies. That was the whole thing. But before any of that, Mike Jackson does this whole thing of fixing himself of his jacket or his blazer, I should say, his fedora hat. Also, he walks off the stage as he's getting ready to do that. To get ready for the next scene, he walks over a dead corpse body of these gangsters. Um, and when it comes to the music video, if you've seen the music video of Mike Jackson, the longer edition of the Smooth Criminal music video, not the one that goes fast, not the short version of it, the long version of Smooth Criminal. Where it tends to a guy getting shot down, he takes his doing this backflip in the upper performance wherever lays down, and he's not really dead, but and you'll see how that music video is if you've seen it. Mike Jackson, he's done on dancing with these beautiful women in these nice gowns and over. Um, I would say dress, I should say, but not gown. But he walks over this guy who got shot down to go help out a woman who's getting treated bad by these two gangsters. So, and yeah, that's basically that reminds me of what tends to what happened with Josh there. This guy coming out of nowhere, just walking right over Josh after getting hit with the locker door. Instead, yeah, hey man, you alright? Let me help you out. No, that right? No, he just walks over him. Just continue on. I guess he don't want to be late. I guess, and maybe it's the thing that he knew about Josh when since him being Joshish in a way, where something that happened to him, he's like, I'll just walk over him. He won't mind. I guess it's one of those usual casual things that's happened with Josh in school. So. And then we get to the music video of the introduction for Drake and Josh. I found a way, I found a way. Ooh, And then we get to the part where Josh is at home talking about his girl problems with his dad, and Josh's dad was was being funny at one point, and then he's like, "Dad, be serious." Josh saying that to him, and then tells a story about how he's never been smooth with the eater himself, and then the mother comes in, says that's true. Martinez asking him out. He looked like he's about to throw up, and like not true. Like after I asked you to take you out, that's when I throw up. So Josh is talking this whole thing and all, and Drake walks in. He's talking all hype and everything, right? Like why he's talking all hype? Basically pertains to where he just came from, and that pertains to for auditions for any musicians or bands want to play for the Blue Note, which is the place that he came from, and basically it's a coffee shop where he's he's sounding all hyped up and all that, talking all fast and everything, and and you're the mom asks, oh, by any chance you've been there, have you had any coffee? And Drake's like, no, maybe 7. Why do you ask? Oh man, but and then Drake's dad, Drake and Josh's dad, at this point it's the it's their family at the end of now. So, but the dad basically talks about how Josh has a little crush, and Josh's like, it's not a little crush, it's love, and all, and they're talking about all this and everything, and then Drake ends it by saying, if you want advice pertains to you talking to girls, don't ask older older adults, you know, older people, old people basically. And I'm like, wait a minute, the mom and dad are not old, but the mother took offense of that, and Drake's like, no offense. And then they go up to the room. Well, they didn't get into the room yet, but we go to the rooms of Drake and Josh. We see Megan in there, and she's calling for Robert. And yes, I am Robert, but no, she was not talking about me. But she's looking for Robert, calling Robert's name. Robert, where are you, Robert? Also, we hear the boys come in, and Megan is concerned, and Drake's like, Drake and Josh, basically, yeah, why you in our room? And Megan's like, I'm not in your room. And he's like, yeah, you are. Like, okay, I'm looking for something. Um, Basically saying, looking for a pet, you know, and basically, let them know, looking for a cat. And then Drake's like, you're allergic to cats. And Megan's like, okay, that's not a cat. And then they're like, oh, good. And then she says, I got a snake. And then Josh, like, evil. He goes into the small closet that he always goes in, like from the episode where, what was the episode again? Believe Me, Brother. The whole thing with with Susan was there, and then he has it in the closet. Same thing with Drake hiding in the closet too, where it takes to try to convince that Susan has been hating on Josh this whole time, and Drake never realized it. So where it takes to that Josh been telling the truth about how they was Susan. But yeah, he goes in there because because a snake on the loose, and basically we hear Walter saying snake. So he's afraid of snakes, just like Josh is afraid of snakes. So basically, it's a father and son thing that they're both afraid of snakes. And we'll get to more of that, to Josh later on. But, but yeah, she found where Robert is, and then she's like, "Oh, Robert, don't swallow, Daddy." And then Josh comes out of the closet and says, "Who needs a snake, Robert?" Well, let me first say this. I think the reason why they call, I'm assuming it's the someone from whoever's idea was of behind the scenes of Drake and Josh, who came up with the name Robert for a snake, is because I'm pretty sure they're fans of Jake the Snake Roberts, and we know Jake Roberts is all about snakes. So that's my guess. But at the same time, really, Josh, who names a snake Robert? I find that offensive, because what's wrong with the name of Robert, especially if it's a snake named Robert? Anyways, but also to talk about the whole thing with Josh and Kathy. So basically, it's the whole thing where Josh does not talk to a girl, right? The way that he like, I mean, he was doing fine talking to Susan, pertains to that whole thing. But I guess pertains to trying to to get with someone like a Kathy. It's part of a different situation there. Pertains to the neutral feelings in your body. So they gotta figure something out here. Pertains to how to talk to how Josh can talk to Kathy. I'll be a nurse this time. Pertains to talking about spoon and and whatnot. So basically, they want to rehearse this, and basically Drake's like, pretend I'm Cappy, and like, but you look like Cappy, like, so it's pretend. So basically Drake tells him, just use your imagination, or like, oh wait, use this. Basically he drew a picture of Cappy, and like, wait, did you draw this? And like, I doodled it. Like, hey, it's pretty good. And then Josh like, oh, thanks. Oh, I got something. I got something else too. It's to something that he trying to reference something, and then he flips the pages. It's one of those things where you flip the pages where it's to those type of artworks, which is cool. But Drake's like, okay, let's just stay focused here, right? So he cuts out the mouth part of it, and then he places the picture on him, and then he says, oh, Josh, come on and give me some sugar or something like that. Like, that's not how Kathy speaks. And then Josh couldn't get into it. Obviously, it wasn't working the way that Drake was doing it. So you gotta find another way to do this whole thing. So Drake is helping him out with all this and everything, right? Pertains to how to basically how to be like Drake, because Josh is like, how do you do it, you know? So Drake lets him know how he does it, pertains to what about how smooth he is, what he likes, what he does, that pertains to play, where basically pertains to him playing the guitar. Girls finds that cool and all that, right? And so all we gotta do is find out what Josh loves to do and all that, and Josh needs to be cool and all that, right? So we get to so now the next day, where they're in the kitchen, basically Drake's like, what are you? I'm cool. Josh saying that I'm cool, and then they say it again, man, and like, I'm cool, well, cool, well, like it's like he's trying to say Cruella Deville. So Drake's like, yeah, don't say it like that. So they're all they're once again rehearsing, auditioning, basically audition. That'll come later for Drake and his band, but basically pretend the orange is Kathy, and then Josh like, oh, can we use an apple, because orange makes me queasy, something like that, like something. So and then Drake's like, there, the apple is Kathy. So basically describe her eyes. Your eyes are like crystal or blue pool eyes, something like that. Can't remember how he said it though, but and we'll get to that part later on, which is to happen in school, with the whole eye colors, and basically says, what sports do you play, and then it says checkers. Josh is checkers, like Drake's like, Josh, and then Josh was like, oh, I mean football, because I'm all man, something, right? Also, Megan walks in with the Robert the Snake, saying, hey. Also, and Josh falls off his chair. Drake's like, what a man. And then basically told his sister, like, I thought you're supposed to put that in your cage. Like, then Megan's like, mom told her to send them the snake back, because the dad's afraid of snakes, not just not just Walter, but Josh is afraid of snakes too. And Josh is like, is showing his fear of snakes. Megan comes close with the snake to Josh, takes the apple from him, actually leaves the kitchen, and as Drake and Josh to talk about this whole thing of with Josh gotta talk to Kathy, and all that, right? Megan, instead of taking the snake back, she puts the snake into the backpack of not knowing if whose bag it was. Didn't matter to her, because at the end of the day, it's to prank one of those two, but it was more to prank on Josh. But it wasn't Josh's bag; it was Drake's bag, and we'll get to more of that later. So yeah, so it says instead of taking the snake back, she decided to do what Megan does, because she's an evil, twisted little girl. So we get to school, and Josh is is getting prepped up by Drake to talk to Kathy, and once that's because this is like the end of school, that so then Drake's say to him good luck, as he and Josh say good luck to him, which is audition at the Bruno, and and there you go. So we get to Josh walk up to Kathy, and he lets Kathy know that he could notice that her eyes are like two crystal clear blue pool, something like that, something like that. And then she says, Kathy, my eyes are brown. And then Josh's like, oh, I know. I meant two crystal clear brown mud. Smooth, Josh. So also Jocelyn realized that she's got a flu. Now it's a flu, but it's a different type of flu that was, and she talks about how she couldn't fit her trombone or saxophone, whatever that she said, one of those two that into her backpack. I guess it was supposed to be a joke, but then Josh starts laughing, and the cringiest laugh I ever heard. And I say to myself, it's not that funny. Basically, he's like, ah, and oh my, yeah, wasn't that funny. And Kathy says to him, "Do you play anything?" And Josh is like, "Checkers." And she's like, "What?" And then he was like, "Oh, I mean guitar. I played the guitar." Like some guitar. What? And then she says to Josh that she's got a birthday. This Saturday, and she's inviting him. And like, oh yeah, I would love to. And yeah, so she can have a birthday party. So Josh's like, so what size socks do you wear? Because you think about buying her socks, as a birthday gift. And she's like, you have to give me a present, but you have to play me a song with your guitar. Yeah. And Josh's like, wait, what? And then Josh's like, oh wait, you sure you don't want no gift? Spoon, you like Spoon? Yeah. Now he's in trouble. Now we get to the part where Drake and his band are at the Brew Note. And the owner, I may have of this before, folks, of the owner who who's been in season 1, episode 1. And I may have mentioned him maybe in episode 3. But it's the guy who taught Josh karate. So he's the owner of the Brew Note. So Josh walks up to him, he's like, hey, hey, yo. And then the Brew and the owner's like, what? Is there a spider on me? Get it off. And like Drake's like, no. Hey, don't you remember? My brother's Josh. You taught him karate. It's like, oh yeah, he was very bad. So then, he told him, get ready to play. And Drake's like, you know what to do, guys. And Scotty's like, I'll play the drums. Drake's like, yeah, you do that. Yeah, because apparently, I don't know. I didn't think that was I didn't think that part was funny. So they go to to play, but Drake's needs his guitar pick, but he's in his backpack. So here we go. The song's called "Found a Way." So as he's playing, he puts it back down, and we see Robert the Snake slithering out of the bag, near to Drake, and it's funny, because no one realized there was a snake on the floor. No one realized there was snakes coming in. Not even Drake wasn't realizing that too. No, as he's playing, as he's up, as Robert the Snake is slithering up on the mic stand all the way up to Drake. Especially Paul, who's playing the guitar, he couldn't see the snake was on Drake, but all of a sudden, as he's singing, the song "Find a Way" is great by law, and you see the owner, getting into it, and then Drake realized it, by saying "over your shoulder, snake." He takes the snake off and he tosses it into one of the audience, to a woman, and she starts going crazy, and she's running with the snake out of the Bruno. Like, get the snake off you! What are you running with the snake for? The owner with a baseball bat, which he bought from Sting.
Oh my God! It's Sting, the vigilante. Sting. That's not Sting. That's a picture of Sting. That's Sting. It's a picture of Sting.
Anyways, it's like, are you on your mind? I'm bringing the snake here, and Drake's like, I didn't. It's like, no, out here. Your bands are banned. As they're leaving, he gets Scotty. He's like, get out. So Drake's leaving. Takes off the core of his guitar and starts leaving. And I say himself, you forgot your bag. Yeah, that was all the things that left there too, and all. But yeah, and that was it for that one. So then we get to Josh playing the guitar. The bass guitar, I think it was. Anyway, he's playing it. It's like he can't get it. And it's hopeless and all. Drake comes in, And Josh was like, why you back so early? And what happened to your audition? And Drake's like, it was a train wreck. And then Josh's like, but what are you talking about? You guys are good. Drake's like, not when a snake is on my shoulders and all that, that sabotage and all, right? And then Josh's like, Megan. And Drake's like, yeah. And now me and my band are banned. And yeah, for basically for life. And Josh, couldn't believe it. Drake lets him know, oh, and by the way, you're the guy who taught you karate, he owns the place. And Josh's like, but I'm in big trouble, Drake. I lied to Kathy about playing the guitar. And Drake's like, and why you lied to her? Yeah. And then he describes it, how the lie came, basically describing the lie of like a pimple coming out or whatever, something like that, right? And Drake's like, well, thanks to that visual. And basically Drake let him know, she doesn't have to know that you play the guitar, that you lied to her. And Josh is like, she expects me to play at her birthday party. And Drake's like, not a problem. And Josh's like, yes, a problem. Like, come on, Josh, I could teach you the green notes and all, before the party. He could teach a monkey to play guitar, right? As he's teaching Josh to play the guitar, all of a sudden, Drake's like, unbelievable, you broke every string. But I call a monkey, Josh said. And then Drake's like, there are guys, there are artists that play guitars with their feet, which is true. Look it up on YouTube. But and then Josh, basically he was gonna tell Kathy the truth that that he does not play guitar. And Drake's like, no, you can't tell the truth. And then Josh's like, I can't live with a lie. And like, don't worry, I'll come up with something. So when's the party? And Josh's like, oh, the brew note. And then Drake's like, oh yeah, this just gets a lot better, right? Because he's banned. So we get to the brew note. And we see Kathy and her friends, and and other families, and whatnot at the party. All of a sudden we see Josh and Drake are there, and Drake's like, go ahead. And like, wait a minute, how you gonna get in? It's okay. There's a back door. That's open in the alley. So that's how you get in. Because again, he's banned. So Josh goes up to Kathy. Kathy kisses him in the cheek, and basically let him Josh saying actually I can't remember what was said after that. Basically are you ready to know that? And then Kathy says something about pertains to no more auditions, whatever, because and some idiot do a snake, you know that, right? Yeah, and Josh is like, oh, what a freak. So basically Josh's gonna get ready, and then one of Kathy's friends was like, what song you gonna play? And then Drake's like, I mean Josh was like, I should say, oh, why don't we all be surprised? So he go backstage. He's already nervous now. Drake's like, how you feel? And Josh's like, I'm nervous. Don't be. Look, just put this jacket on, right? Drake, Josh takes off his shirt, whatever, and he gets ready to. Actually, I can't remember if Josh took off his shirt, because he had a button-up shirt, and and a black shirt, a t-shirt, I should say. A black t-shirt he was wearing, and then over it was an open-up t-shirt, a button-up t-shirt, I should say, which it was all left open. But anyways, all of a sudden, the jacket was green, right? That Drake got, and then Josh like, green's not actually my color, and like, so Drake was annoyed. It's like, come here, then hit right in the head, like, ow, headaches, you get me headaches, like, just put the jacket on. Forget about the color of the jacket, just put the jacket on. So Josh is on stage, kiss Kathy, basically let everyone know that he's going to play a song for her birthday, and he's on stage. He's gotten standing next to the curtain because based how it's done too, because there's a part with a sleeve for Drake's arms to appear. Do it. So basically, the arms of Drake are Josh's arms. So Josh, you know, is pretending to stretch because Drake's stretching out to for him to get his legs his arms I should say to get longer to do the sleeves. And Kathy's hi Josh, and then as Drake's doing this, Josh is whispering to Drake, wave. Oh yeah. Hi. And he keep on waving. It's like, okay, that's enough. And, and he kicks him. Josh kicks Drake, and then Drake slaps him. And then Josh is like, oh, because everyone's watching, like why did he slap himself? And then Josh like, oh, I always slap myself in the face, to get warmed up. And Drake's is slapping him like, ow, ow, ow. Okay, I get them warmed up now. Oh, so hilarious. So he's coming up, he's thinking about name of the song for Kathy to play right, to play. And he's saying, I'm trying to think of a song here, I'm still thinking, yeah, basically Drake's doing all that, to scratching his head, doing this, yeah, getting nervous and that, and then Drake also says, doesn't have a name. I just wrote it. Like you could just just told him that before, before having a delay of a brain fart to think about the name of the song, and then Josh has to come up saying it's the Cathy song, and then he's like, I'm gonna play right now. So he's playing it, and Drake's playing the guitar. Well, even look at the notes, by the way, all the strings and all that, right? Because Drake is that talented of playing guitar. So he's playing it very good. And Josh is is doing this, and then doing this. I'm like, stop moving! You're making it difficult for Drake to play the guitar. But you see the owner, he's liking it, and everyone's liking it either way. But Josh was going overboard with that. By the way, doing that, like surprised he didn't do the kick. So also that was it for the song, and then Josh was like, thank you all, and then also Drake's doing that, right, and then Josh was like, peace out. Kathy stops him like, wait, don't you want to talk to the owner? Or yeah, that was great, right? That that won't be necessary. I'm good. Like, oh, but it's my birthday. Come on. And she's pulling him, not. And all of a sudden, Drake gets pulled all along because I guess Kathy must be that strong, And one of her friends who asked her earlier, what song you gonna play, she stands up and said they're conjoined. Like they're not conjoined. No, they're not conjoined. Oh my god, that was. So they're struggling, and all of a sudden they fell off the stage through the table. Oh my god, went through the table. Two guys helps them up, both Drake and Josh. The owner, like, what are you doing here? I thought I banned you in your bond. And he's like, and then Josh is like, Kathy, I can explain. And then Drake's like, I can explain. And they wait for him to explain, and Drake's like, run. And then Josh's like, running. They run back, to the back way. Kathy is embarrassed. Everyone's embarrassed. That was a train wreck. That was more of a train wreck than the train wreck that Drake and his band had with the snake issue. So then we go to school, and you have Josh, who's nervous to talk to Kathy. It was Drake's idea, by the way. For Drake had Josh talk to Kathy about the whole incident that happened on her birthday. So they, he has to face his fears. Josh, Drake's is tagging him along, and basically, Kathy is right there. Josh's like, hi Kathy, and hi Josh. Or is your name really Josh? Because it's hard to know, when you're telling the truth, Josh is basically apologizing to her about what happened, and Kathy accepts the apology, but she doesn't want to be friends or have anything to do with him, to lie about something just to impress her, right? Josh is looking all depressed, like he blew it, pretends to having any type of relationship with Kathy, as she's in her against open up her locker and all, right, and it's a picture of her, a drawing picture of her, it basically is all wrapped. It's like Wow. Now I'm having a brain fart about about the ribbon, some type of a ribbon that since a ribbon, a gift ribbon, or in a picture frame and all that, it's pretty cool. The way it look, it's like from Josh. Like, what is this like? And Drake's like, it's a birthday present. Cause Drake, Jocelyn had no idea what was going on from there, and then Drake's like, I'll leave you two kids alone. Like Drake's side, it was Drake's idea. We'll get to how that happened, how he got that into Kathy's locker, and Kathy is like, this is amazing. Like if you can basically basically ask where'd you get this? Like actually I drew it. Josh let her know that he drew it. But if you could do something like this, well, why would you lie to me about playing guitar, right? And Drake, I'm not Drake, Josh, I should say, is like, um, basically, talking about pertains to saying the right things instead of the wrong things type of thing, because of how beautiful she is and how smart she is, pertains to a girl like her, and a guy like like Josh pertains to um talking like an idiot, right? And Kathy's like, oh well, you said the right things, right? And she's like, wait a minute, how do I know we really did do this? Because now she's having a difficult time to know if that Josh really did do that, because after what happened on her birthday party, right? And Josh's like, oh, I got plenty of these these artworks. You want to see it sometime? Like, how about next Saturday? And like, yeah, yeah, Josh saying that, and all of a sudden, you had Josh letting Kathy know about Drake's band. They're pretty good. You think you give them another shot? Pretends to and that's something too I forgot to mention, by the way. Kathy's dad is friends of the owner who owns the Brew Note. So in a way, now with that whole thing, you scratch my back, I scratch yours type of thing. I think it's something like in that terms in a way, but it could be in similar terms. But I digress. But basically, she's gonna give Drake and his band another shot. Pertains to from Kathy talking to her dad, and then the dad will talk to his friend who owns the Brew Note. So and also Kathy's like, oh, by the way, here's your jacket. You must have forgot after he was running out like a little, screaming like a girl. He probably was screaming like a girl too, by the way. Josh being all Joshish. And there you go. And that's when the bell rang. They go to class. Kathy goes first. See you in class. And then Josh's like, yeah, you will. And also Drake comes by, and like, how it went. It went well. And Josh's like, how'd you get this picture in her locker? And then Drake pulls out Megan's locker pick kit. That's how I got there. So, and Josh's like, you're the best. And Drake's like, I know. And they start walking. Get ready to go to class. And Josh's like, oh, by the way, I talked to Kathy about to give you a brand another shot at the Brew Note. Like, oh, seriously? And as he's saying all that, we see we're to the jacket that Kathy gave back to Josh. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, by the way. The snake, Robert the Snake, was in the jacket. So you tell me all this time. I don't know. I don't know. You gotta think about this too, by the way. The snake, for how long it's been at the Brew Note, pertains to getting to Kathy's birthday party. The owner never bothered to have an inspection to find a snake and all that to get this pertains to his place. Like, I don't know. And then we get to Monday, the school day, where it takes to Josh getting the jacket back. The snake has been hiding in that jacket the entire time. Because the jacket was in the Bruno was left at the Bruno, like Kathy said and all that, right? And Kathy got the jacket and all that, to give it back to Josh on that Monday, when they go back to school. So the snake no one noticed the snake was stood around at that point to go into the jacket of Josh. Like, I don't know. I can't. You can't make sense out of this. It, but apparently the snake was there in the jacket of Josh. So as Drake's like hearing this, all this, that the Bruno's go again, give the band a shot, and you know, Drake's like, hey, I'm not the best. You're the best. And then Josh's like, I tried. And all of a sudden, you see the snake, going up to the pants of Josh. And Josh's like, and Drake's like, what's going on with you? I don't know. And he pulls, he pulls the strap, to see what's going on. And like, snake! He runs out. He's running out of the school. So as Josh is out of school, because of the snake that's in his pants, we see an attractive girl walking by, and Drake's seeing her walking by, and instead of helping out Josh with his snake issue, he just goes follow this girl who's going to go to class and wherever she's going. Drake's mesmerized of this chick, and that was the end of that of this show. And then we get to the credits. We see the parts of the credits where you had Drake helping out Josh upstairs in the room, which is the whole Capty thing. Talking to Capty, right? But the picture of Capty, and basically puts Capty on his face, because he's pretending to be Capty, and he says, "Oh, Drake's so cool and handsome, whatever, something like that." And then Josh's like, "I thought it was supposed to be about me." And then Josh is like, I mean Drake, I should say, it's like, "Oh yeah, hey Joshy, come on, give me some sugar, blah blah blah," right? like before. And then also show the part where Josh is like, "Thank you all, good night," with Drake's arms, the whole peace out. That that's not touching more to peace out, because that was the end of the show. After that, we're to the end of the credits. And there you go, folks. That was your Drake and Josh review series, where it tends to season 1, episode 5, First Crush. Now I want to talk a little more about the episode First Crush. So obviously, where it tends to Josh, that was his first crush. Where it tends to Capty, and yeah, she is, and you've seen her how she looked during that time. I don't know how she looks right now, but I'm pretty sure she looks pretty decent right now. But I digress. I haven't really looked up to see, but during that time, she was indeed beautiful, pretty, and she was a redhead, by the way, and very very attractive. So, and where it tends to her personality, you could tell, where it tends to Josh love, she was in love with someone like her. Where it tends to Josh's first crush, it's very telling that's one of Josh's crushes in high school. Now I don't know if that is was his actual first crush, but I digress, because where it tends to junior high school, and even where it tends to a couple of your days in either the third, fourth, up to fifth grade of elementary school. I'm pretty sure there was other crushes that you had out during those times too, but I digress. But I guess where it tends to this edition, where it tends to Josh's situation, that's the first crush, and yeah, where it tends to having your first crush, you do get nervous. You tend to talk to the girls and all that, right? Me, I never had that problem growing up though, until the days of junior high school for a little bit, and then high school. Well, I was getting that. I was getting better of it, and then after those days of high school, start talking about like more of these girls, around my age and all, and sometimes it's hard to talk to these type of girls, especially of their beauties and all that, and you're thinking to yourself, there's no way she'll go for someone like me in the way, right? Because some girls could be way out of your league, and you know it's that's the type of thing tends to what Joshua was going through, because someone like Kathy, it looked like she is way out of Joshua's league, not just because of Joshua's personality and his presence and all too and all, but But when it's a Kathy and yo yo getting into someone like a Josh, you know, instead of getting into someone like a Drake, because when it takes to Drake, you can tell when it takes to Drake, someone like Kathy could fit in well with Drake. But with Josh, it takes time. It's what type of, the point is what these type of these type of boys looking like that, it takes time for them, to get into girls like Kathy. And then it did work out in a way, but then as we see later on in these seasons, we don't see her anymore that much, and we end up seeing who Josh ends up being with, which we'll get to more of that eventually. But um but yeah, that's basically what Josh. Basically it was all about Josh, and in a way it was all about Kathy as well, but it was most likely of Josh because it was Josh which is having his first crush, and his first crush was with Kathy. Um, Megan's pranks, with the snake thing, it was harmful because and harmless because Robert the snake wasn't a dangerous snake type of snake. It was a type of a pet snake you have. And the thing about that, when it takes to Megan having a pet snake, she's got the snake around her and all that. Like, you can tell that behind the character of Megan, Miranda Cosgrove was not afraid of snakes. So she might be, she might not be. I don't know if she is or not, but that's based on how I seen it. She was very comfortable having that snake around her. So maybe she loves snakes. Pertains to that. Maybe that's why they did it. Who knows? But the snake thing, was a big part of the show as well. Pertains to Megan having a pet snake, scaring Walter, scaring Josh, scaring Drake. Pertains to the Bruno. The snake ends up being there the entire time until the birthday party came around, which we didn't see that part of the snake going into the jacket, which we that it was all part of the plot of the story, which tends to Kathy bringing the jacket back to Josh, after the whole incident from the birthday party, the whole thing where Drake was there even though it was supposed to be banned, after the whole ban being banned because of the whole snake situation. And then also the that jacket that Kathy gave back to Josh, which it was Drake's jacket that Josh was wearing. The snake ends up being in there, and then that whole thing, like, I don't know. I don't know. To me, it made no sense how the snake ends up being at the Bruno this whole time. To that point, we get to the part to the ending of the show. But I digress. But yeah, other than that, I don't know what to talk about the show. I mean, the show itself, it was decent for what it was, and then cause I laughed at some parts of it, but the one that made me laugh the most was the part where when the whole thing with Josh, getting ready to play the guitar, before basically getting ready to play the guitar, the whole thing with the waving, where Drake won't stop waving, and then Josh like is getting annoyed, like that's enough, he kicks on, the whole slapping thing, I think I'm warmed up now. And then the whole thing, the entire thing, this this and that whole thing, it was funny though. It was funny, for what it was funny, and it was a good show. It was a good episode. So not the best episode, but still a good episode where I could give it a thumbs up. So there you go, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna say from there. I don't know how long this review is gonna be. I like the last one. That ends up being almost an hour, but we'll see how how long it will last. I'll retain to it. But other than that, folks, I'm done. Until next week. Hope you all enjoy this episode of this review for Drake and Josh of First Crush, and the last one to end season 1 for episode 6, Grammy, and that episode is gonna be, it's what skyrocket Drake and Josh for other seasons that has happened because of this episode. Well, to me, that's basically where I want to see more of Drake and Josh of doing the shows and all that, because of what happened on that episode, what pertains to everything that what the show should be about and the characters should be about, and yeah. But yeah, until then, you all be well, stay safe, take care of yourself, everything that's going on in the world, and that's all I'm gonna say from there. So I am out here. Talk for now. You all take care and make sure to find a way.